So you might have just bought your first FPV drone and now you're trying to figure out, how do I store these? How do I look after my LiPo batteries? Today we're going to cover FPV battery safety tips, specifically my 5 tips for how you can store, own and use these safely. Get yourself one of these. This is a digital battery capacity checker. This is a nice thing to take with you out into the field. It'll tell you what the charge percentage is, what the voltage total is. You can go by each cell. So one cell's this, second cell, third cell, and so on. Very useful, easy. You can also change what type of battery. These cost 7 quid, worth keeping in your bag. Next one, rubber end caps. Get yourself a whole lot of these. These are very, very cheap. These were £5 for a pack of 100. Now what you can use these for is to protect the ends of your battery leads from short circuiting. They'll also double up as the protection you'll need to get onto certain airlines. A nice hack that I've started implementing is drawing on a thick, dark black line on top of these. I got red ones for that exact reason. What you can use this black line for is plugging this in onto your battery lead, and now if the black and the black line up, you know that this battery has been charged and can be used. If the black and the red line up like so, then you know this battery shouldn't be used because it's already been discharged. And then this becomes a nice, neat way of you organizing a whole lot of batteries in your backpack, so that you don't use the same battery twice. Right, this next one maybe you already know, but when you typically plug in your LiPos, you'll have the cables dangling all the way around. Either you'll have to strap them into the battery strap. A good tip is to twist these around like that and then plug them in, and then that way the curl will keep the cables out the way of the propellers. That's a nice safety tip to make sure you don't ever lose these to the starting up of your motors. This might not be a problem for you. For me, I found this is because I have really big batteries and a really thin frame. So I do this, I curl them up and clip them in, and then that way the curl kind of pulls the cable away from the props and keeps everything headed over here like that. Nice tip, free as well, and you can start doing this on all of your quads. Perhaps the easiest and most cost-effective way of making sure you look after your LiPos and charge them correctly is making yourself a little printout with all the most relevant, important information to your LiPo. I have on here what number battery this is in relation to my total collection of batteries of this type. I have the capacity of the battery in milliamp hours. I have what cell this battery is. I have the maximum charge voltage, and then I have 1C and 2C charge rates. Now this is the relevant information for me that my battery charger asks for when I plug it in. So now this ensures that I never make a mistake and I'm always charging this battery correctly. I have the same information on even my smaller batteries. So this is a tiny 3S 750 milliamp hour battery. This has all the relevant information that I need to make sure I charge this effectively. So as you can see, it's the same stuff, obviously on a smaller scale, because this is a much tinier little battery, but this information ensures that these batteries are going to be charged correctly. These batteries are going to last much longer if I charge them correctly and safely. Perhaps an obvious one, get yourself some LiPo safe bags. You can keep all your charge batteries in one, all of your discharge batteries in the other. Get them in varying sizes. I have these small travel ones that can always fit into my backpack, and then I have a bigger one where I store my LiPos when I'm at home. These can be the difference between a major LiPo fire in your home and something smaller and controllable because it's inside this bag. Note, these don't stop fire, they merely contain the fire for a limited amount of time so that you can potentially get it out of your house, or at least get it into somewhere that's going to cause less damage. These are also inexpensive in comparison to a new home, for example. This one was around £4 or £5. I got them in a set of 2. You can also get bigger ones. They go up to about £20, but relatively inexpensive when you compare it to the cost of a new home. Great, that's all I have for you. Basically, those are my 5 tips for how I look after my LiPo batteries. I hope you found this useful. Maybe you did. These perhaps are things that you can start implementing into your hobby, into your equipment, into your things. I hope I see you around here sometime soon. If not, that's also cool, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye bye.